From the heart of Houston, it's fun, it's engaging, it's Chattin' with Chelsea. She's Daytime's new bestie. Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards. Come back to me.
Hey, besties! Thank you for joining me for another Chat with Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. Okay, we are in it. It is holiday season, which means there will be plenty of parties, eating our favorite foods, spending time with our loved ones, all the great things. But oftentimes we can find ourselves in a blur and not enjoying the time of the year that's supposed to be the most enjoyable because we're just doing too much. So we are helping you out with that today. Sometimes it means saying no. Don't you say you will see them at the party because you don't need to go. We're going to talk about setting those boundaries with all the folks in your life, including at work, because you know they have celebrations there too. And we've got a panel of fantastic single moms coming in to tell us how they juggle all the things during this holiday time. So that includes not just the time, but the money. Okay, so we can use all the tips we can get there. Now, when it comes to time management, I have been very open and honest on this show about my own challenges. So I recently went to a party just last weekend and was super late. I mean, all of the food was gone by the time I got there. And I recently learned that there is a reason that I'm late to the parties all the time. It's because I'm a TIDS optimist. There's a term for it. Let's let Plant Queen explain.
The word of the day is TIDS optimist. The term that combines the Swedish word tid, which also means time, and optimist. It is typically used to describe a person who tends to underestimate the time that it takes to complete a task or to arrive somewhere. Honey is basically someone who's habitually late because they overestimate the amount of time they actually have. No shade, no tea. Let's use it in a sentence, shall we? In moments of quiet introspection, I often contemplate the balance between my ambitious goals and the limitations of time, recognizing the occasional influence of my inner TIDS optimist, urging me to seize every moment while reminding myself to embrace patience and realistic planning. Add it to the vernacular, girl.
I mean, it sounds so much better when the Plant Queen says it. TIDS optimist, all right? Well, the first step is realizing that there's a problem, okay? So I'm going to work on that. I also noticed that I'm pretty bad about saying yes to things that I don't really want to do. So Coach Brown is giving us some tips when it comes to all those office get-togethers.
Honestly, I'd feel more comfortable chipping in for catering instead of doing a potluck this year. It just feels easier and makes sure everyone can enjoy the food without any concerns about cleanliness, dietary restrictions, or food allergies. I won't be participating in the office party due to personal beliefs. I appreciate you understanding that, and I'll gladly support from the sidelines. I think it'd be great to open up the holiday party so that everyone can share how their culture celebrates this time of year.
All right, here joining me, our panel of moms. We've got Bree, we've got Ugoji, we've got Ashley from Houston Moms Blog. I mean, panel of experts here when it comes to getting through the holidays because y'all juggle all the things. What did y'all think about the work tips right there?
Love it.
Yeah.
Opting out of the gifts.
Yes,
check. I like that.
The potluck, oh gosh.
Never a fan of the
If I ever have to bake or cook anything, I'm out.
I don't need everybody's
Not
gonna do it.
I'll buy a bag of chips.
Bring the utensils. Got it. Well, we love those tips, but we got to know how you all juggle like the kids and the events because this is when it gets really intense this time of year. There could be a lot of things that not only we feel obligated to do, but we want to do as well. So let's start with you, Bree. Do you have any tips for us?
Yeah, definitely. So this is only my second year being divorced, and I have my boys every other week. And so I know last Christmas I overdid everything. I just wanted to make sure it was incredibly special for them. And so every weekend was packed, which just made me stressed out, which is not good for kids or for me. So this year I'm just trying to focus on what's actually important, and that's really just spending time together and watching movies and So yeah.
Those can be like some of the sweetest traditions, just chilling together.
Yeah.
Maybe matching pajamas. I already ordered those.
I was thinking about that. You convinced me.
Yes. What about you, Goshi?
So I'm a little bit on the opposite. I have one son, and I've been a single parent all 10 years, doing it by myself. He does not see his father, so I have him all the time. So what I do to make sure that we are maximizing and enjoying time is I have an Excel spreadsheet that's color-coded for the holidays, like starting from October to December. And I like type in all the events. And what it really does is, for me, I get to see how much time I'm spending with him, but also how much time I'm allocating to spend with myself. Because enjoying other moms like this is really, it's good self-care.
Yes, I reached out and touched you right there. Taking time for ourselves. Yes. Do we feel like there is an obligation to do all the things and make the holiday extra special, especially that first year or during separation?
Yeah, it definitely feels that way. And, you know, this is my third year divorced and celebrating the holidays, and it is impossible to do all the things, but like making small things really exciting and special. Like if it's just decorating cookies, like this took me 10 minutes to prep, but let's have all the fun. Let's do it. Like making it the little small things, making those matter is really working for me right now. So it's like, okay, I don't have to do all the extravagant things, and it's still going to be great for us. So
I love that. I love that. Okay, and then we have extended family as well. Are you all in a place where the family helps, or are they just adding more to the list?
definitely adding.
How do you want me to answer that?
I want the truth, sisters.
Are we being honest?
Yeah, we're being honest here on Chatting with Chelsea.
Yeah, I don't have any family here, so I don't have any support system that is familial. I obviously have really great friends, and my relationship with my family is not great right now, so kind of takes the burden off, but once again, it adds to the mom guilt, where it's like, okay, I could take them to see my family for Thanksgiving, but am I a bad mom because they're not getting that cousin time, or am I a good mom because I'm protecting them for what I feel like is not a healthy situation for them?
Definitely the second one.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, I'm in agreement. Okay.
So what I've done is, like, we have our own events before we do another one. So we'll have Thanksgiving by ourselves, or Christmas morning we'll open up gifts, we'll do our own thing, and then we'll go out. So there's no expectation if drama happens and we have to leave, or if we can't make it, or if somebody didn't bring the gift, it doesn't matter, because we have our own thing going on at home too.
I love that you pointed out the drama, because sometimes that happens.
It happens, yeah.
Cut it short. You're like, just pick up the kids and run. Okay. Ashley, what about you?
Yeah, my family's all out of state, so it means that we get to have a lot of really special time, just us. But it is fun having people out of state, because it's like we get to make a special trip to go see them, and then like our day-to-day life is just us. And it's good balance for me. Like families are great, but they can also be a lot more extra stress. We can do Christmas in July and it's just as much fun, and we have a good time with the family, and then like during the holidays it's just us, and I like it that way.
I love that. You don't have to feel obligated to go during a certain time of year to see everybody.
No.
And I think the other thing that's really good about being a single parent is that all of these conversations and things that we're learning, we're having them with our kids. So we're teaching them explicitly how to time manage, how to deal with drama and set boundaries, how to it's okay to celebrate in July. We're just celebrating our family. All of these things that you wouldn't really directly do if there was another person involved.
Well, you're teaching me today. Okay, guys, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we got to continue this conversation. We'll be back right after this. Back with our panel of moms to help get us through the holidays with keeping the time together and the expenses. So let's start with the shopping, because that could be a problem. It could blow the budget.
Yeah, absolutely. And as single moms, I think we are all very serious about our budgets. And I am, in the spirit of the holidays, I am making a list and checking it twice, period. So I love making, I have a note in my phone, and I list things that I plan to do for the holidays. And my kids are getting a lot less stuff They're getting experiences,
Oh, I love that.
subscriptions, memberships, season passes, all that kind of stuff. And that makes it a lot easier for budgeting purposes. I can start buying these passes like as they go on sale. I can start looking for Groupons. I can start sorting through things. And then the few things that they are getting that is stuff, I'm realizing a lot of stuff you can find on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm like, there's no sense in buying something brand new for them to like break it or whatever. If I can find it on Marketplace for half the price, like, I'm doing that.
So smart. All right. It's a thought that counts anyway. When it comes to wrapping, like I'm the one who can be on my way to the party in the car with a tissue paper in the bag. What do you do to handle that?
I think using one big box for multiple gifts saves space, and then you can wrap it and even theme that whole box. Like these are all the books that are here, or these are all the Legos in this one set, and then it makes the Christmas tree a little bit more organized.
Yes, I love it. And you can layer things, so it's like, oh, there's another thing under here. Oh, there's something else tucked in here. Like, I love that.
So for Santa, I don't even wrap them.
Ooh.
Okay.
I just lay them out.
Nice.
Because, like, you know, is Santa gonna wrap? You know, he doesn't need to wrap these. I just put them out on the Christmas tree. And then every Christmas Eve, I give the boys books. It's like an Icelandic tradition that we've adopted. And I just started putting them in a basket. So it's just like, here's your book. So
And you can find some on Etsy that are personalized baskets that
Girl,
say
you're
from
taking
the
it
South
too
Side.
They last forever, and you get to use that every year.
Come to your house.
Everything is magical. We're gonna have pajamas.
Our
We'll see you there.
We will see you there.
A lot of the holidays, the focus is on the food, right? So on top of doing these big meals, we also have to eat regularly. So what do you do to juggle all of that?
Oh yes, meal planning all day, every day. So every week I meal plan on Sunday, and I'm like, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Here's what's happening, and like grocery shopping with that in mind, checking the freezer with that in mind, because I'm like, I'm not doing all this thinking all week long while you guys are running around excited for Christmas, and I'm like, everyone stop, like simmer down. So I want to do as little thinking as I can. So if I plan ahead and have like a roadmap for the week, it makes things so much easier.
That helps.
So much easier.
And then you could like leave a couple days blank after the holiday. Make sure you get
those
leftovers. Get those leftovers. Okay. Give yourself a break.
Absolutely.
And making sure at school when they're like, oh, you have to sign up for something, be realistic with yourself. You know, like if you can only bring the silverware, bring the silverware. Bring one cake instead of buying multiple. And grocery store buy is totally okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You contributed something.
You know
I
what?
love it.
Find a nice little basket for it. Nobody will know. They don't need to know. How early do you all start planning for the holidays?
I've already started.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I started buying things in June.
Yes.
Just because I knew ahead of time what I wanted. It's like, okay, put this up in the attic. Cool. We don't need to worry about it. And for budgeting purposes too, like I don't want to be hit with all these expenses in November and December. Like I can't afford this. I will start putting away money and grabbing something when I see it on sale. You know, those deal sites on Facebook, they're like, hey, we have a 50% off coupon for this on Amazon. I'm like, yeah, I wanted that. Cool. Roller skates. We're good.
And I also utilize, like you were saying, Facebook Marketplace. I go to resale shops. So, you know, Value Village, Goodwill, and there's plenty of there's so many toys at those places. So just finding things that I know that the boys will love is a great way to save money as well. And then, you know, stores like Ross where you just walk through and see what's there and just grab whatever. And so it's nice to have that kind of like stock, like you said, spreading out the expenses as well, but doing it wisely.
And relying on family members. Like if they're gonna ask what your child wants, then tell them. Sometimes we let pride get in the way. Like, oh, don't buy anything. But let them know. 3 Lego sets, a hoverboard, you know, whatever you can afford.
Especially the hoverboard. Cross that off my list.
He wants his mom to have a new car.
That's so weird.
He put it on there.
And one thing I started doing last year was making a family coupon book. And so instead of, you know, buying all these things ahead of time, I was just like, hey, in March, I'm going to pay for this thing. We're going to go to Legoland or we're going to go to the aquarium. So I made the coupons and I'm like, knowing in the back of my head, I didn't pay for it yet, but I will. And the budget will be there. It'll be fine. And then it's like, okay, we're going to do a beach day and stay at an Airbnb. And I've already planned ahead, so I know it's happening. And it just makes it so much easier. So they're flipping through the coupon book like, Mom got us all these cool experiences. I was like, I didn't yet. It's on its way.
Yes. Oh my goodness, such great advice, especially because sometimes those Black Friday sales aren't what you want them to be. So spreading it out throughout the year, catching a good sale, smart stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, let me tell you, if somebody needs to get it done, a single mom is gonna make sure it gets done right. Well, thank you, Ashley and Ugochi and Bree, for coming in and giving us all the tips. This was fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we got more to discuss when it comes to saying no, no, no during the holidays. Keep here.
Come back to me.
Surviving the holidays might mean saying no to some people and some things. And to help us do that, we've got mindset coach Alana Higginbotham and friend of the show back to help us through this very hectic time of the year.
It is hectic, isn't it?
Yes. So where do we start when it comes to setting those boundaries?
Well, a lot of times the holidays tend to get some extra attention because there's this belief that they're more important or somehow they're different than the rest of the year, but they're really not. Oftentimes we want to give folks leeways. I don't know if it's a Christmas gift or what, but we want to give them the benefit of the doubt during the holidays. And if you just take yourself out of the fact that it's a holiday, ask yourself, what would you do if it wasn't Christmas? And go with that.
That is a good starting point. What would you do if you weren't hoping to get a gift from them?
Right.
Would you act differently?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you also say we don't necessarily have to use the word no if we're not comfortable with it.
That's right.
What are some alternatives?
I started using the phrase, that doesn't work for me,
Okay.
or that doesn't align for me, or I won't be able to do that. Because I noticed that people, when you tell them no, oftentimes they look at it as an invitation to get you to a yes.
Oh, they just think we just need to
Like if I
work
just ask her
harder.
some follow-up questions, maybe she got some things going on I can help her with. I do not need your help.
You have already decided.
I've already made the decision.
Okay, I love those. That's a good way of easing into it
Yes,
and,
yes,
and
yes.
maybe stopping that conversation.
Absolutely.
So what are some things that people often need to say no to or say those things
Well,
about?
during the holidays, Chelsea, sometimes you just need to say no to coming to visit or going to that obligatory family gathering. Or a lot of people are having parties during the holidays, and one of the toughest no's is the no that comes after you've been showing up a while.
Oh, okay.
So now things have changed for you for whatever reason, and you just don't want to go. And using the term, I'm not going to be able to make it, is usually drives the point home real simple, real easy.
Nice. Especially so if people are used to you showing up and doing all the things, you know, cooking things, setting up things,
Decorating things.
Yeah, Christmas play, making the costumes. And yeah, they get used to that.
Absolutely.
And it could be a shift in your life where you really can't.
You can't, and sometimes you realize you've been overwhelmed this entire time, and you've been afraid that if you don't show up, you're going to hurt somebody's feelings or you're going to tarnish their image of you. And there's nothing better than the truth to show you where you really are in these people's lives. So if you just can't make it and you realize they start treating you different, that's letting you know how to continue to move after that.
Tells you a whole lot.
Whole lot.
Was there a point where you got to, like during the holidays, you were like, I'm going to use this phrase a whole lot?
That's how I came up with it.
Okay.
Because I remember it was during Easter time. I had someone ask me if I would be able to participate in the Friday, Saturday, Sunday of a clothing drive they were doing to get little outfits for the kiddos. And I said I wouldn't be able to do it. And I said, no, I can't do it. And her response was, really? None of the days?
Oh.
And that's what made me realize, no is actually not a complete sentence to everybody. And so when she said none of the days, I said, no, none of the days.
Oh, okay. So then.
Because that was also at a time in my life where I realized just because there's vacancy on the schedule doesn't mean that I need to fill it with something.
Amen to that. Because
Yes.
sometimes your plate is full enough.
It is, and you feel obligated because you think, I value this person, I value this connection, or at the very least, you don't want people to think.
Yeah.
And anytime you start a sentence with, I don't want people to think, whatever comes after that is probably not the direction to go in.
So maybe you need to do a little stop and check with yourself.
Always,
Your
absolutely.
motivation.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other things to help us get through and like set those boundaries with folks?
Well, I think it's important for people to understand that tradition is simply something that you do regularly. It's not etched in stone. I heard somebody say that tradition is bullying from dead people. And it really put things into perspective. And what I'm getting at when I say that is I think people should feel free to create their own traditions. My family and I had to do that. We moved away from what we considered to be home, and we were spending a lot of time on the road during the holidays, and it was laborious. And I just remembered I liked being able to leave my bedroom and go into my living room in my Christmas tree when I was a kid, and I wanted my kids to have that. So I had to be bold, and I had to decide that I was going to change tradition.
Yes, some of the moms were talking about that. You get to decide what the tradition is.
You get to decide, and if people are going to be upset, just know that and accept it. But keep on doing what you feel is the right thing for your family.
Yeah, and actually enjoy the holidays.
Oh, how about that's a novel thought.
Yeah.
To enjoy the holidays. Yeah. Absolutely.
Anything else we need to keep in mind?
I think that it's important for people to remember that the basics is really what your children remember. They remember far less about the things you bought and maybe even the things that you did. They remember the connection that you have with them. So family, and when my children are 16 and 21, and the things that they remember is the connections we've had. Not necessarily, ooh, we got this great gift, or even, ooh, we went to this great event. It's a lot more about when mom and dad come up off of their podium or off of their pedestal, and they come down to the kids' level and relate to them. That's a gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, we love that. That is a gift I can afford as well.
Okay. Absolutely.
Thank
big
you very
impact,
much.
Big impact.
Mindset Bestie.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us again and helping us out here.
Happy to be here. Always happy to be here
Yes.
with you, Chels.
All right, guys. We'll be right back with our final takeaways. Thank you for watching Chatting with Chelsea. We hope this helps you make it through the holiday season. Alana, what's your final tip?
My final tip is whenever you're faced with the options of choosing between your peace and someone's expectation of you, always choose your peace.
Ooh, always. I can do that. Thank
Every
you
situation.
very much. Guys, keep up with us on social at Chelsea Show Fox. Wardrobe is provided by Trezor Cache Boutique. Maybe find some gifts there. We'll see you on the next Chatting with Chelsea.